Hey there, guys. So, yeah, Lomachenko is going to be fighting Anthony Crolla. It's going to be happening in April in America. I have said in the past that this is a fight that I wouldn't mind seeing, but unfortunately, in my opinion, it's the reason why I wanted to see this fight, and the reason why this is a fight that I was pushing for in the past is because I was kind of hoping that the fight would be in Manchester. That way I'd be able to go and see it. But yeah, unfortunately the fight's in America, so I'm not going to be able to go to it. I was really hoping to maybe attend a Lomachenko fight, but oh well, there's still time. He could maybe fight in the UK sometime in the future, but it is what it is. Yeah, it's a decent title defense. This, I mean, look, Anthony Crolla's not a great fighter, not by any standard, but he's by no means a bad fighter. Okay, the guy has been a former world champion. He has boxed at a pretty decent level. He's boxed at a high British level. I'd say he's a solid European level fighter. I wouldn't say that he's world class. He's just solid European level. He's a guy with tons of experience. He's a guy who's got a good camp around him. He trains with a lot of real experienced guys. Gets some good sparring. He's fundamentally good. He's a guy who is hard working. So I've got no issue with this fight, and I believe he's a mandatory too. So when you look at how the lightweight division is at the moment, and you look at the fights that Lomachenko wanted to fight Mikey Garcia. That was the fight he was pushing for. Unfortunately, Mikey Garcia didn't want the fight. Mikey Garcia moved out of the division, and he's going to be boxing at welterweight, which is 2 divisions higher than lightweight. He's going to be boxing Errol Spence Jr. at welterweight. So, Mikey Garcia against Lomachenko, it might happen sometime down the line. I don't see it happening anytime soon. As for some of the other guys like Richard Commey, who recently won a title, I believe Richard Commey is injured, so he's not available to fight in April. And Lomachenko wants to stay busy, okay? He doesn't want to just wait out these guys. He doesn't want to sit and do nothing and wait for Richard Commey and Mikey Garcia to be available. So no, Lomachenko's doing the right thing here. He's staying busy. He's fighting a mandatory. He's fighting a guy who has a big fan base. Now, I've been to an Anthony Crolla fight. I was at the Anthony Crolla Jorge Linares rematch in Manchester, and he's able to pack the place out. Anthony Crolla is a big ticket seller. Obviously, going over to America, it's not going to be as there's not going to be as many fans in the crowd of his, but there certainly will be a decent number that travel over, and Lomachenko is becoming a decent ticket seller in America too. So it's a decent fight. You've got 2 guys that have a fan base, 2 guys that have experience. Crolla has had many more professional fights than Lomachenko, despite Lomachenko obviously being the more superior technician of the two. I see the fight being very one-sided. I see Lomachenko completely outboxing Anthony Crolla. However, I'm not 100% sure whether or not Loma will win by stoppage, because Crolla, in the latter stages of his career, I know that early on he was stopped against Derry Matthews. I remember that fight. But in the latter stages of Crolla's career, he's shown a pretty decent chin, and he's shown fairly decent survival instincts. Like when he was put down by Linares, and I was in the crowd that night. I remember that punch, when Linares put him down, and Crolla got back up, and he never really looked to be in any danger of being stopped. I think Crolla's durable. I think he's quite tough. So it'll be interesting to see what he can do against Lomachenko. If he can give Lomachenko maybe a better fight than Pedraza did, I doubt it, but we'll see. We'll see. It's interesting that way. I think it's a fight that, at least for as long as it lasts, it'll be somewhat interesting. But I think Lomachenko is just the superior boxer of the two, superior athlete. I also think he's the bigger puncher than Crolla. He has better defense than Crolla. He's just a better boxer overall, and I can see him winning comfortably on points. I'm not 100% sure whether it'll be a stoppage, but I definitely think the likely outcome is a wide victory, whether it comes on points or not. A one-sided Lomachenko victory. So yeah, not really much else to say about this fight other than that it's a decent, stay busy fight for Lomachenko. Let me know what you guys think about that, and thanks for watching, and God bless.